Why are you sacrificing with basis?
I'm gonna kill you for
My erectile is not dysfunctional.
Let's use our president, for example.
Maybe over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa.
Conspiracy theorists. I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati.
Good evening, everyone.
NippyCast.
This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy, not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Hey, how's it guys? Welcome to another episode of NippyCast. I know very well this episode number. For a change, this is episode 48. Hey, a round of applause for me for remembering these numbers all the way. Thanks to the new subscribers, at least we've reached above our target from the last episode, which we were talking about the odds of anything to happen, which the odds were that the number might go to 300 subscribers. Yes, thank you. Humbly appreciate and keep supporting this podcast. So maybe let's start from the beginning. In the beginning, the reason why this podcast exists is to empower each other from a brain usage perspective. So there's no need for me to keep any knowledge that I possess to myself. I prefer to share it with anyone who is willing to accept. You know, if you don't want, then you don't have to be part of this society. And then I've seen this recent trends nowadays on social media where it's about following and numbers, and it's a thing like, how many people does he have? How many? Who is following who and what not in the zoo? No. We're not really based on numbers of following. We are based on quality. Quality and quantity is two different things. Quality is me having 3 followers that listen to the stuff that I'm unleashing. And then that is quality, right? Quantity is me having like 1 million people who never even listen to the shit I'm saying. You know, that's the difference. So thanks to all of those. Don't stress too much about the numbers, but if you've got like-minded friends, please ask them to subscribe. And then we're gonna have a nice journey on this one. So today I was sitting, I just had an epiphany. It's a Monday, and I usually have this epiphany on Mondays. And this NippyCast, I thought, let's discuss the end of the world. Well, I don't have a contributor today. I don't know. It's gonna be a discussion. It's just gonna be a one-way communication. But well, you can have your inputs or under comments and talk about it, right? The end of the world. Hey, okay. No one wants to hear this one. Do you know why? It's like when you get born, the first day, you didn't know where you were. It's not like you got a memorandum and then you were told, no, today you're going to be at the hospital. No, you didn't even know the shit. You didn't even know what the fuck was happening. So that was the trigger of your life, the beginning, in the beginning, right? Oh, there's a bed that wants to be featured in this podcast. Can you hate? So in the beginning, you started somewhere. Every single thing that has happened in our lives that started somewhere usually ends somewhere, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. If you've never seen anything ending, we have seen a lot of things ending. I can give you stupid examples like buying maybe a chewing gum. At some stage, the taste of the chewing gum ends. I mean, buying a car. At some stage, the car wears out, and then you're like, you have to buy a new one, right? And then birth and death, the yin and the yang, the balance of the universe, which is this tattoo I have here. Every single thing balances itself off at some stage, somewhere, somehow. Day and night, something ends and something starts, right? So it would be naive for us, all humans on this planet, all 7.6 billion of us, to think that the world won't end. To be very, very naive. Are you ready for this one? The world eventually will end. Not the world, I mean humans will be extinct at some stage. I usually get the words wrong. Is it extinct or instinct? Extinct. And you're gonna okay, it will end at some stage, right? And then that's how the design of of everything that we've experienced as humans has been. You sleep, you wake up, you get born, you die. And we don't know what happens on the other side, by the way, of death. We really don't even know where we're coming from, if we're coming from somewhere, right? So the prediction is that the world is going to end in. Do you wanna know the number? No one is going to like this number.
Within the vastness of the universe, humanity is not that big of a deal. We're not here because we're meant to be here. We're just here. If mathematical predictions are correct, we might only have 760 years left. What would be the cause of our extinction? What would we do if we knew exactly when our existence would come to an end? And could we delay the inevitable? This is What If, and here's what would happen if we knew the exact time when humanity goes extinct.
1993.
In 1993, knowing that humanity's time on the planet is limited, astrophysicist J. Richard Gott made a very daring prediction using nothing but statistics. Basically, he calculated that there's a 50% chance that the end of human life will come sometime before the year 2779. That gives us 760 years to make our final arrangements and possibly pass the Earth on to a new life form, or even leave the planet to itself altogether. Stick around, and we'll take you on a journey to the future of humanity.
2029. 99942 Apophis approaching the Earth. Calculating chance of collision.
On April 13th, 2029, the near-Earth asteroid named Apophis will pass within 31,000 kilometers of our planet. That's 10 times closer to Earth than the Moon is, and even closer than some satellites in orbit. But this 370-meter wide asteroid won't hit the Earth. Instead, it will sweep by safely and continue its path around the Sun.
2030.
Reproductive technology would allow parents to preview and pick the genetic traits of their future babies. The global population would grow to about 8.5 billion and reach a crisis point. The world's ecosystems would change faster than we've ever seen before due to increased levels of CO2. Up in the Earth's orbit, everything from spent rocket stages to debris from accidental collisions would create a wall of space junk. It would be problematic for any spacecraft to leave the Earth. We'd have to find ways to clean up the upper atmosphere if we didn't want to be trapped on Earth forever. If humanity managed to solve the space junk problem, we'd start establishing the first lunar bases. And that would mark the beginning of the permanent human presence outside of Earth.
2045.
On Earth, the global average temperature would rise by 1.5 degrees, surpassing the safe limit. Even though humanity completely switched to clean energy sources, global warming would become catastrophic and hard to control. Due to warmer global temperatures, the Great Barrier Reef would lose up to 90% of its corals. The Amazon rainforest would largely be destroyed by wildfires and deforestation. Even after decades of conservation efforts, at least 1 million species in the wild would begin to go extinct. This would be the beginning of the next mass extinction event in the Earth's history, although this time it would be caused by humans.
2056.
The Earth's population would grow to 10 billion people. The Earth would become the hottest it's been in the past 3 million years. Extreme weather would rampage around the world. Africa, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia would be most affected by floods, hurricanes, and droughts. Parts of the planet would become uninhabitable, leaving 140 million people no other choice but to seek refuge someplace else.
2080.
Biotechnology implants would become available to the general public, resulting in humans merging with their technology on a biological level. Never-failing artificial organs, synthetic blood, and nanoscale brain interfaces would become a new reality.
2099.
Sea levels would rise upwards of 6 meters, forcing hundreds of millions of people to leave their homes. Large-scale evacuations and resettlement programs would be needed along the coastlines, costing humanity trillions of dollars in the process. Because of the declining fertility rate and the significant number of casualties from environmental conditions, Earth's population would stabilize at 11 billion people.
2180.
By the 2180s, humanity would start expanding into the solar system. Mining asteroids and terraforming Mars would be underway. More people would have access to space technology, and a new form of terrorism would emerge. It would be possible to hijack a spacecraft and use it to redirect asteroids towards the Earth, the Moon, and Mars. The lack of space infrastructure would leave space colonies particularly vulnerable.
2280.
Spaceships powered by antimatter propulsion would take humanity outside the solar system. Automated unmanned probes would be sent to the far regions of the galaxy, researching thousands of interstellar worlds. By the end of the 23rd century, humans would have confirmation of a microbial alien life existing on a warm, wet exoplanet within 100 light-years of our solar system.
2300.
Decades of nanotechnology research and advancement would result in transforming the general public into transhumans or cyborgs. Transhumans would have improved intelligence and strength. Among many superhero traits, they would be able to sprint at very high speeds, become invisible, or even transform their appearances at will.
2500.
Humanity would level up from a Type 0 to a Type 1 civilization on the Kardashev scale. That means humans would be able to harvest all of the Earth's energy and use it to power up their entire civilization. They would already be able to control the weather and global climate, alter the course of earthquakes, and build cities at the bottom of the ocean. The next step would be developing ways to fully manipulate the sun's energy. They might start building space megastructures like a Dyson sphere, or even attempt to feed some of the sun's mass into a black hole.
2779.
The chain of the previous events could lead to humanity completely disappearing from the Earth one way or another. We might end up moving to space colonies we had established. Or it may not even be us anymore, but a new biotechnologically engineered species. Of course, this is a rough timeline, guesstimated by futurists, based on statistics and mathematical models. If you're upset about humanity's coming extinction, remember that it only has a 50% chance of coming true. Scientists calculated our date of extinction using the same formula that marketers use to predict what product you might click on online or who you're going to vote for. It's about probabilities, not guarantees. Besides, other predictions tell us that we would face extinction not 760, but 10,000 years from now. In that case, we'd be around long enough to see the Earth's poles reverse around the year 3500, and computers reaching their ultimate potential sometime after the year 4000. But how would knowing all this in advance change the way we live our lives? Well, if we knew the date of our extinction with 100% accuracy, we could stop caring about our environment and our bodies. We might focus on all the bad habits that only bring us short-term happiness. Our society could become more violent, more self-harming, more inclined to start wars. Or we could team up and try to get off this rock. We could start looking for other places to move to, beyond what our own solar system has to offer. We could establish colonies with stable human populations. Then, even in the event of Earth getting wiped out by some cosmic power, humans would continue to exist. They could carry on until the universe itself collapsed and stopped existing. But that's a story for another What If.
This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy, not for sale to persons under the age of 18. We've been here for 266,000 years. We are left with 756 years. Right under 1,000 years, we are fucked. Unless we change our ways. So there's going to be two things you're going to have to choose from. Either humans have to change their ways of behaving and then, right about now, actually, let's not even go far. We had COVID 2 years ago, which almost we were with it for almost. Actually, if it's still now, we still have it. Just that our bodies got used to it. We had COVID, but we asked everyone to have a mask on every single time, right? There was people who was not even interested on the thing, not bothered for shit. Well, maybe their bodies were good for it, but they didn't even understand what was going on. Stubborn people. So that's the behavior we need to change. So if I'm going to say the next pandemic would be the death of us, and I say wear a mask every day, there's going to be one guy at the tax rank who will be like, yeah, what are the things? You know? And then that's the guy who's likely to be the first person to influence a whole lot of generation of people that don't resonate with the idea of saving humans. So we are currently sitting at under 1,000 years to go, because right now we've got so many illnesses. We're lucky to be here now because we didn't even die from fucking COVID, right? Because I see what I suspect is going to happen is we have to adjust, and even the planet on its own can't be trusted with the people that are staying on it, like humans, us. We have got alarms at the houses. We even have something called police. We have got other humans to police the humans. So like Motu Sherdin. As a human being, why would you want to go out there and kill some motherfucker for a cell phone or for whatever money, whatever you're trying to rob or look for? Why would you do that? Why? You can't even trust humans on their own on this planet. So eventually they're going to fuck it up and the planet will just remain on its own here. Unless if you go migrate and go stay somewhere else, where now we're talking of these projects of Mars, terraforming other planets. Now maybe the solution will be Elon Musk and SpaceX and them, whoever is going to be merging with the astronomical traveling of the future, whereby we can say, fuck all humans, we're going to take these 100 people and we're going to go start another life. And hopefully those 100 people are not going to behave like the other humans that we left on Earth. Because I can tell you that even now as I'm sitting, if I go do this podcast somewhere in one of the dingy places, I'll be robbed of my equipment because some guy is hungry. And simply because some human didn't feed the nigger. Well, if you're going to say the government didn't even supply, the government will even try its level best. They even introduce grants and shit. So, it's one of those where you can't even control. So, at some stage, we're going to actually be part of the problem of why we're going to be extinct as humans. We are struggling to manage life that was given to us on this planet. And then that's how the calculation was brought about. Yeah, so we've got under 1,000 years to go. Look, if you think the future is bright and you think there's light at the end of the tunnel, maybe it might be a train coming to hit you. At the end of the tunnel. Who came up with that thing? At the end of the tunnel is the thing, you know. So we can't trust humans, and we are just stuck on a gigantic ball drifting in space, going nowhere. And anything, like I was saying, like Chivenda will say, chobe bao chofa. anything that starts ends. Somewhere, somehow, this is going to end, and we'll be enjoying it. I think, I don't know. Are you enjoying life? I don't know. We don't know where we even go after this. And the sad reality is that the world will end. I can go on and on about this one. And today I don't have any assistant, so sorry for the footage, and the lighting is terrible. What else am I left with to say? Yeah, the sun will set. What are the chances? Thank you for watching this NippyCast of the end of the world. Arar, sharp sharp.
Why you sacrifice humans basically? I'm gonna kill this one.
My erectile is not dysfunctional.
Let's use our president, for example.
Are you over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa?
Conspiracy theorists.
I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati.
We're winning everyone.
NippyCast.